Hello everybody, welcome back to SpeedGaming's Spring Marathon supporting No Kid Hungry. I want to point out before we get started with this run, we have a couple of donation incentives in the queue here that haven't been met yet. We do have Kirby in the Forgotten Land with a bonus to play the HAL rooms. We can get $50 in with donations for that. Write the incentive in your donation comment if you do, and hopefully we'll see that after the run.
It's actually during the run. Quick correction.
Oh, it's actually during the run.
Yeah.
How far into the run do we have to do this by?
The first one's in the 3rd level, so we could do it before then. If it gets me afterwards, I'll go back to like I'll go back to 1-3 afterwards, I think. But it's first level of or 3rd level of the game, 4th level of the 3rd world, and the 3rd level of the 6th world. That's where all the 3 hell rooms are. So,
okay, perfect. So we have a little bit of time before the first one comes up.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, great. So get your donation in for that real quick. And we also have a incentive for Ender Lilies to upgrade to 100%, so make sure to check that out. And then a little later tonight, we have a La Mulana 1 versus 2 bidding war. Which La Mulana randomizer do you want to see? Anyway, without further ado, I'll throw it over to our runner, Mr. Shasta.
Hello, hello. Sorry for interruption a little bit ago, I just had to correct that, but yeah, hello, welcome to Kirby and Forgotten Lands. This is a new Kirby game that came out on the Switch, just about a month ago, actually. Technically 2, if you want to be, it's just turned May, I don't know, whatever. Anyways, yeah, so with me I have a commentator as well. Want to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Bomb Happy. I'm also a runner with Shasta as well, and look forward to seeing him do some great stuff for this run.
Yay, let's go. So I'm gonna go and delete this file real quick. I did this yesterday for the relay that was on the other channel, SpeedGaming 2, like about 12 hours ago actually. So yeah, we're gonna go on. At the very start of the run, I'm gonna select a Spring Muse mode because turns out this is faster. Say it's about 2 seconds at the end of each level, which totals to like probably a minute over the course of the run. So yeah, we'll go into more of what it does later, but that's the main one. For now, I'm going to count it down. So 3, 2, 1, bam. Alright, so this game starts off with Kirby getting sucked into another dimension, and now we gotta just find our way home, essentially. It's kind of the idea, but this... Oh, almost forgot to turn this off. So at the start of the run, I actually turn off Auto Swallow, which is a feature that just started being a thing in this game, essentially. What it does is, when you suck up an enemy, you'll automatically just swallow them. But I don't want to do that all the time. There's some parts of the run that I feel like it's just better if I don't auto-swallow something every time, you know? So I don't do that personally. But yeah, the movement tech here I'm doing is, we call it slide hopping. Sliding is a fast forward movement. It's usually how it is in Kirby games if you don't have a power. And we don't get a fast movement power for a little bit, so this is how we go fast. Sliding has end lag to it once it gets to the very end of the animation, so we cancel the end lag by jumping. And I do a short hop every single time to make sure I'm able to just go fast, really. Another thing to note too is that with Spring Muse mode, you're actually you're just gonna accidentally run into a bunch of different enemies sometimes because funnily enough, the auto lock radius of your slide in Spring Muse mode is larger than Wild mode. It's a weird difference. Yeah, here's Kirby. Anyways, so this game has something called Malfa mode in it, which is like the big gimmick of it. Essentially, Kirby can suck up just giant objects and just absorb them, technically. So in this case, he absorbed a car, and now he's Kirby, really. We're just gonna drive along. I love his little arm flaps on the side where the mirrors would be. I love how his feet clearly get burned by the fire behind him, but he doesn't care. It's very good.
We're talking about a god-powered person right now.
Exactly. Alright, now I'm to the first fight of the run, though. It's the remains of the Wall-D town, or just some sort of town in general, really. And there's a mysterious creature right here that's captured, so we gotta go save them. So, first fight of the run. We have no power right now, so all we're gonna do is just spit each enemy at each other, and bam, it's done. Bazam. They somehow introduced what's called a dodge roll there into the cage as well. That's a new tech to this game as well too. If you press shield and hold forward, or really any direction really, then you're able to just dodge roll in one direction, and it's really cool. The same as creature is Elflin. They are important for like throughout the entire plot of the game, but especially really late into the game. Well, they're pretty cool though. They're just kind of chilling. We don't know much about them currently. And now we have Bandana D here, introduced to co-op, which we're not going to use in the run, but it's a thing. Yeah, now we're into 1-1. This is downtown Grassland. As you can see, this whole world is just like all post-apocalyptic-y, I guess. That's probably the best way to describe it. Here's where Spring Muse mode will especially heck me, because this entire level is all me just slide hopping the entire time, so hopefully I don't slide hop into something that I don't want to hit. That'd be pretty cool. Like that big... What's that enemy called again? Big buffalo looking thing?
Nah, I just call it Big Bull.
Big Bull. That's good. I like knowing names of these random enemies like this, because especially in the Kirby series, a lot of them have just really funny names or very charming names. I gotta learn that one.
Yeah, and the main actual enemy in this game that you see, it replaces the Waddle Dees, and they're called the Wolfies. They're little cute little wolves, and sometimes they take naps, and Kirby likes to bully them if you like to.
It's true. I love them though. Shout out to the Wolfies. They might have captured all the Waddle Dees in this world, but they're still good lads. Still very good. They really are. Yeah, first main boss fight of the entire run. Got to defeat 2 enemies here first, and then it's Wild Edge time. This is just a version of Dragon Edge from previous Kirby games. All you gotta do is wait for his shield to pop up there, get a double star, and then double star him once again. He's done. Bam. And now here's kind of the objective of the entire game, is to save all the Wild Ds if we can. In each world, there are a certain amount of Wild Ds you need to save in order to access the boss of that world and get to the next one. In this one, it's, I think, 15, if I recall. I totally forgot to split in this first split, so I actually don't know. But yeah. So first off, we're going to go up here, and you want to explain Turtle Skip real quick?
Yes, so Turtle Skip, in this part we're going to be getting the second mouthful mode. What we're going to have is the cone, and originally what you're supposed to do here is that you're supposed to dodge the big turtle, concrete turtle, up here on top, but fortunately there's a way where you don't have to walk around the turtle all the way, so it looks like he's going for the highly technical one where it's like a frame perfect jump in order to try doing the Turtle Skip.
Second try.
Let's see.
Nice.
Yep, there you go. Second try. That's good. Yeah, it's actually a really hard trick. It's a frame perfect jump whenever you take damage, and he was able to get on the second try really good. And otherwise, I believe that saves over, I want to say, 8 seconds if you do it on the first try.
Yeah, pretty much. Compared to just going all the way around the tortoise thing there. There's an easier way. There's a few different methods to do that one, but that's like the fastest version of it. Getting a first try compared to the second fastest one is a few more seconds saved, and you know what? I only learned that method ever, so I'm only going for that one because I'm stubborn. That's all it is. Even the marathon run.
Hey, you know, you get to show off all the hardest stuff, so whatever. That's cool, man.
It works out, really. It really does. Yeah,
and funnily enough, in our Discord, we actually have 3 different instances of the Turtle Skip, and everyone just keeps calling it either the Turtle Skip, Turtle Skip Skip, and then Turtle Skip Skip Skip. So it just depends on which one you want to do.
That's kind of the theme of some of the tricks in this run in general. Because we found different ways to skip the initial version of it, so we just call it like skip to skip or whatever. Yeah, now we have fire in 1-2. It's right at the beginning of the level. The game very much wants you to use it, so we're just going to use it, and then we're just going to keep using it, and just keep on using it. It's very good. It's the best power in the game. Because as you can see right here, we're just kind of using the aerial fireball attack to just kind of go really fast, just forward like this. Previous games they call it a burning. I call it burning myself whenever I use it, because there's burning Kirby in like the GBA Kirby games. And adventure as well. So yeah, I call it that personally. Yeah, a lot of the movement in this run is like just knowing how far you can go with burning and not running into anything, and making sure you're just good, really. However, that being said, it's not the only power we're going to use for movements in the future, so don't worry about it getting stale after a while. There's a lot more stuff. This game's got a lot of sauce too. Let's just say that much. It's got a lot of sauce, and there's a lot of powers we're going to be using throughout the entire run. Not just fire the whole time, but fire will be used primarily for a while at least.
Yeah, and originally with the beginning of this game when we were speedrunning it, it was mostly just fire until people started finding out a few skips, and we'll see those skips later on with different abilities, but in the meantime, fire will be the primary form of movement for a while.
Speaking of skips, right there I actually skipped the getting the staircase Kirby by just doing some clever fire techniques. In that case, we also got a Wild D from destroying the poster, the wand poster of Kirby up there. And if I actually failed that section, I would not be able to do that skip I just did a second ago again. I'd have to actually get the staircase. Because the camera is actually super dependent in this game on just like certain objects in the actual world. So in that case, the poster, if it wasn't there, would make the camera be lower. So therefore, I can't actually go higher in that room like I was. So wouldn't have worked otherwise. It's pretty cool. A lot of little things like that in this run. A big part of this run is also wall D routing. Not so much early on, because there's a lot of really fast wall Ds that are just like not out of the way at all. But once you get to World 2 and beyond, like it's a bit more important. As we get fast wall Ds, there are 2 of them in this level I could go for, but one of them, we only need 1. So, yeah. This enemy is very big and annoying. Nice. That big ol' like hedgehog. You'll see him a lot throughout the entire game. That almost got me a second time. Wow. Bernard's got range. No wonder he gives you Ranger. Holy moly.
And I see in chat that sleep is the best power in the game. It actually kind of is in this game because one of our Waddle Dees that we'll see requires that.
Plus, deep sleep exists, and deep sleep's pretty good.
Pretty good. It's good for economy too, but we'll see that later.
Absolutely. For now, this level's all just one giant room, so we're just gonna go all the way through this room, just as fast as we can. Going through this big old boulder as well too. It's gonna come up right behind us, but it's like way far back there because we're just so fast, so we don't have to worry about it at all. Oops. Oh, what the heck? That was strange.
Never seen that fence bonk in my life.
Yeah, I've never done that before either. But right there, I actually like slid off the ledge with no problem, and then almost floated and got a little like distance out of that. That's like a squeeze squad tag. I'm surprised that just happened there. Cool though. Yeah, one more Kirby section. Don't want to hit as many things. Just want to keep driving all the way to the end. Make a little beeline. Do a few jumps here and there, and bam. We actually get a hidden wall D as well by not falling off the edge at the first section of the level. So there you go. Bam, 2 wall Ds right there. One of them is also taking the side path I took earlier, like during that like boulder section at the starts. So those are 2 fast wall Ds. I could also get there's also 3 food that level I could get that'd be pretty fast, but I didn't want to do that one.
Yeah, and actually a small thing towards the end of the run is that it will show you all the Waddle Dees that you can. Him picking up the food there actually saved like a few frames right there.
Yeah. Because at the end of each level, there's like the countdown, like you said.
This is a good time for a donation.
Go for it. Yeah.
All right, we have $10 from Jaxie, who says, "Been saving my donation for this run. Let's end childhood hunger and hopefully pull off some crazy hammer shenanigans as well."
Oh,
donation goes. Good. This donation goes to the Forgotten Lands incentive, so that just needs $40 more to be met.
All right, let's get 40 buckaroos. Come on, everybody. Hell yeah. But yeah, we actually got invisibility candy right now, which also gives us a hidden wall D, so that's actually all we need for the rest of this world. But invisibility candy lets us like get a speed boost for a while as long as it lasts. So we're just gonna take that all the way to the boss. And also we're invincible and we just destroy bosses with it, or any enemy whenever we hit them, so there's that. I'm gonna try and slide as much as I can on that conveyor belt there, because it makes it go a little bit faster than just normal fire movement. And, well, Frosty is dead. Bam! Ooh. Hmm?
There was a Waddle Frosty? I didn't even see them.
Yeah, surprising, right? I think they're a ghost or something, but no. In the meantime, though, we have like just one of my favorite songs in the game, honestly. I love Alive 'Em All. This song was an absolute earworm. It got in my head for like a whole day a few days ago, and I still think about it.
We still got a lot more bangers throughout these levels too, so be ready
so
for
many
it.
of them. Best part is after Invisibility Canyon there, we're the full loop of the song, which is awesome. And now we're gonna actually suck up this cabinet here, and it's actually attached to the wall, so we're just gonna keep on rotating the stick over and over again, and bam, the whole wall is down now. There's one section earlier where we could have done the same thing, but it's not really something we need to do to beat the game fast. Yeah, there we go. That's Alive 'Em All for you. Such a good song. I love that song. Fun level too. Fun level to go fast in.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, you think like World 1 would be like the easy world and stuff, but really I feel like this is like not the easiest world in the entire game, because World 2 is not too bad, I feel.
Yeah, even in blindfolding, World 2 is so much easier than World 1.
Yeah. World 2 has like a skip in it at the very start of it, but the rest is just like just good movements. This one got a few skips in it, including the frame perfect tricks, so yeah. not an easy start to the run. But we're gonna have a nice little boss right here. We're actually doing something kind of cool for it too. Coming up very soon. But first we gotta get there. Each boss in this game has a little level right before it. We gotta navigate in order to get there, so gotta go fast. You know. Gotta speed along to get there. Poor Woofy. Didn't deserve that one. I'm sorry, friends.
He was just protecting his little boss man.
Yeah, the game gives us 3 powers now to use: Bomb, Ice, or Sword. Sword is the fastest one, but it relies on getting perfect luck. Ice is just barely slower than the fastest lucks with Sword, so we're actually gonna use Ice for this. Because consistency. And you'll see how it's fast in a second. But for now, we're gonna fight Goromondo here. Goromondo is ridiculous. You wanna explain this fight?
So Goromondo, even though he is a very hulking monkey, gorilla, with the ice power, it actually invalidates him quite a bit. It actually invalidates many of the bosses if you end up using ice. And as you can see here, whenever you freeze the boss, it freezes them all the way, slows them down until it does a full freeze, a deep freeze, and at that point, once he shatters, it does a massive amount of damage. And so right there was really quick, and we get into the second phase, which usually is the downtime of regular boss strats, but if the deep freeze goes off...
Oh, barely got that one.
The deep freeze went off, and now you just get to skip that
go.
whole entire spin cycle without having to worry about it.
Not the cleanest fight there, but at least got like the fast strats for the second phase. I skipped the entire spin, so we'll take it. Definitely will. I've noticed well too is that Ice's shield is actually invincible, so that's really good, especially. It's good to take advantage of that whenever we can.
And another explanation, so for the ice tech that Shasta demonstrated is if you end up shielding and doing the frost breath while also slightly holding in one direction, it actually cancels the animation of the frost breath, so then you're alternating between the shield break and the frost breath. So you're basically doing like double the speed of the ice trigger, and that's why it's so much easier to beat all the bosses like that.
It is very good. It's actually a tech I discovered a few weeks ago, or at least was told to us about it. Because, like, apparently some people knew you can just do that with ice, and, like, I had no idea, and, like, a lot of people in Discord had no idea. But, yeah, turns out it's really good and useful. You're gonna see that for a few bosses later, too, but that's, like, the main one early on we're gonna use ice for. But for now, we're back in the Wall of D-Town, and it's rebuilt a little more. They're starting... we got a few Wall of Ds here, and they're starting to just rebuild everything, which is nice. The more Wall Ds you unlock in the game, the more this town will get rebuilt over time. And you need a certain amount to actually rebuild, like, everything eventually. We actually want a certain amount at a certain point in the run to get for some upgrades later, but that's not until World 6, but that's just kind of preferencing it, I guess. But for now, Elfwin's telling us to go over here to the blacksmith shop, so we're gonna go do that. Or the weapon shop, whatever you want to call it.
Armory shop. Everyone says it differently.
Oh, it's literally called weapon shop. Never mind.
Oh well.
There
I
you
guess
go.
I will stop doing the armory now.
I was thinking of it as like a blacksmith, because like the workbench deck.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
But yeah, we're actually forced to upgrade a power here. The game gives it to us for free. So between Chakram Cutter and Volcano Fire, we're taking the Volcano Fire, because Volcano Fire is one of the best abilities in the game, and we already used it a lot. It's very good. It is very, very good. And Chakram and Cutter in particular is actually, like, I think a low-tier ability in general. I wish it was better. It was one of my favorite powers as a kid, played Nightmare in Dreamland. But, it is what it is. Yeah, we'll have Volcano Fire for a good portion of the rest of the run. It is very good for damaging bosses over time. And just, it's more powerful than regular fires, so might as well just use it a lot.
And I believe with some testing, it is just very slightly faster than regular fire as well.
Really? That's cool.
Very slightly, but yeah.
Alright, now it's time for a little skip right here. This is called, we're just call it Bonker Skip. So, I just want to split them real quick.
Yep. So the bonker skip, there's actually 2 spots you can do. Right now, Shasta's doing the tree over here. You can also do it towards close to the entrance, and he was able to get out of bounds right there. So typically, you're supposed to be fighting bonkers right there, but Shasta was able to get out of bounds just barely, just to avoid that platform to trigger the fight.
And you have to like barely. Oh, I think I got that. Nice, I did. You have to like just barely. Or you barely get enough height there in order to be able to go right over the wall as well. The game actually kind of pushes you up the wall, like the invisible wall behind Bonkers there. So it's like it just barely works in the first place. It's one of those tricks that a lot of people who have just started running the game usually fail a lot, because there's a few nuances to it that are not exactly obvious. Oops. There we go. Oh no. Get out of the way, Neelaus. I don't need you yet. Ooh. I'm gonna take the top path here. And run to the dock, and we're good. Bam. Not bad at all, not bad at all. Of note back there too, when I got the Wolfku sand sculpture, it was off screen, so you like barely saw it, but there's a reason for that. The next load zone after I go into there actually has a very, very long load if I don't get rid of the wall D text like really fast. It's very strange. There's a few loads that are like that in this game, but that's like the main one early on that's like that I have to worry about.
Yeah, and this is the part of the game where it actually is interesting in our speedrunning community that this is where the routes slightly diverge. In this area, there's actually a small change. Instead of picking up the animal sand sculpture that Mr. Shasta did, there's actually a tomato that you can grab here instead to skip the loading zone from the previous world.
Right now I'm doing what's called a Grand Fireball to get through these whirlpools really fast. I'm essentially taking the momentum that whirlpools give you, and just like using Fireball, which just goes faster in your normal movements. Then we also had to greet 3 seabirds. You know, the last one I just straight up like used Fireball on, so I guess the definition of greeting them is just a little. It's like quote-unquote green then, like, really. That gives us a wall D though. And it's fast. This last room is very tricky. The cycles, I actually got a good one there, but it wasn't the fastest cycle overall. Still very good though, we take those.
Yeah, still pretty good one.
Damn. That's just a pretty fast level in general if you know where you're going. That first room especially is really long casually, because there's just a lot of stuff to do there that I just skip over by just using fire everywhere. There's even a few wall of these that are really cool, and like an out of bounds-ish area that's like an Easter egg that gives you a wall D as well. Or it feels like an Easter egg at least, but it's not actually an Easter egg.
It was the Easter egg to me when I played this run casually,
Same here.
because I was trying to look through and I was like, where are these last two Waddle Dees? And then next thing you know, there's a really cool area that just gives you two.
It's so cool. It really is. Alright, this first room in 2-3 has a lot of cycles gotta make. I messed up. There we go. Gotta make sure that the Goros don't hit you here. That's the main thing. I'm off cycle, so I don't know what I'm gonna do here. I hope I don't get hurt. Alright, we're good. Cool. Those shots are very tricky if they hurt you. And losing fire there kind of sucks because it's right in the air. Okay, now it's time for Florina, the Tornado mini boss, the first one in the entire series. First off, I'm actually gonna stand back here because whenever I stand like further away from her using Volcano Fire, she'll just actually go into 1-4 corners afterwards, which if we don't do that, she'll hurt us before, like, in this last attack here, and that loses a lot of time. So I do that to negate that in the end. And there we go.
That second part of Florina's section, she does a whirlwind attack that sucks you in, and if you don't do that kind of bait, you'll end up just getting sucked up and losing like a few seconds there.
And there's poster 2-3. We're getting a few posters along the way here to get another Wall D. Last one's after this section here. This is Archmouth Kirby. Essentially, it's just an auto-scroller. That's what it boils down to. It's kind of cool, though. It's got a lot of cool visuals to it. Pretty neat music. But for now, though, if there's any donations to read, this is a perfect time for that. There's not much to say here.
Okay, we do have one. We have a $10 donation from Veraphage, who says, put this towards the HAL rooms, please. All right, will do. Only $30 more to go on that one, and we'll get it.
Do we get that met, like, right now? That'd be really cool. $30 away, that's not much. You can do that.
That's not much.
It really isn't. Let's get that. The next one's in 3-4. I can go back for 1-3 like any time, but the next one's in 3-4 if we want to get that Mets like soonish. That'd be cool. Yeah, we're just gliding along for now. These sections are especially good for getting money because there's always rings everywhere. Yellow rings give you 5 star coins, and red ones give you 20. Money matters like a little bit later on the run, but as long as you get money during these sections, you should be fine overall. We've seen about 600 star coins by the end of the run, really. Which sounds like not much, but if you're trying to avoid money and go fast throughout the entire run, it can matter. It can get a little tight. Oh, Hermstone Lark actually got beaten today. It's 647, I think, now, by Tippy. She's really good at that category. Hermstone's really cool in this game, though. The only bad thing is just having to farm the gotcha machine at the end of the run. But, like, the rest of the runs are really cool. There's so much movement to it.
Yeah, I need to try and get into the true gaming or true ending runs as well.
Yes.
I need to see what's going on with those routes.
That category is my baby. I'd love if more people ran that one. I need to improve a Lucker at that too, because like there's a few large time saves I still have to get there. Plus, of course, so if those don't know, this game actually has a post game to it after we beat the initial game, and trending beats the post game in addition to the normal game. So it's kind of like an 8% plus category. There's different routing you gotta do for the post game as well too. It's not just like going through levels as fast as possible. You gotta collect stuff along the way, just like we do in 8% with all these. It's really cool. This game also has other categories like all Wall Ds. There's 300 of them during the story mode here, and yeah, you just gotta collect all of them as fast as possible. And there's some really hard ones too. It's a very brutal category if you mess up in a few areas. But speaking of messing up and things being brutal, don't want to mess up this fight here. This is the 2-4 arena, where I have to not fall into the water in order to get a Wall of Ds, so hopefully we can do that. Oops, there we go. Almost fell off. That was actually, I took that really close. There we go. And then he's got 5 blippers right at the end, and they're done. Very nice. I got really close to the edge at one point there. I was scared I would fall off.
Yeah, the amount of times I almost failed doing tornado strat during that dissection is a lot.
Yeah, that seems especially scary for tornado.
And for everyone who has played Kirby games, everyone should know how much of a hassle it is to control Tornado once you start bonking around walls. But otherwise, it is a great alternative option to speedrun this game in this section right here. Some people do Tornado, I personally do, but Fire works just as well.
There's a lot of divergent routes right now early on to this game. It's still early, so we don't know entirely what's like the fastest thing yet. But like, there's a lot of stuff that's like super close to each other. Tornado and Fire is like the two fastest powers. You'll see Tornado in World 3, like in my run here currently. But like, it's hard to say what's really fastest in the end currently, without just like really extensive like frame by frame testing some time. Oh no, I'm messing my things here. There we go. Yeah, you're just gonna see most of the time like Fire and Tornado to go through really fast, but you'll see Tornado for me later. As long as all WLDs currently, all WLDs world record is like 2:36, I want to say. 2 hours 36 minutes. It's about like an hour longer than 8%, give or take, a little less than that. 8% world record currently is a mid 141. My PB is a 143, which took me a while to get because I got stuck at 145 for way too long. But we take those.
Yeah, and usually it's towards the end. There is going to be a potential run killer in a normal personal best towards the end, but otherwise it completely skips out a certain boss.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun one. I hope I get to show off this time. I didn't get that in the reel yesterday, at least not first try. Yeah, we got our standard tree boss here coming up very soon. Tropic Woods, that's the name of this one. Love his design. It's very, very good.
Yeah, version of it.
Got the soul patch down here. Check it out. Look at them. Beautiful. Yeah, we're just gonna use Fire for it. Nothing more than that, really. We can also do Copulus Stratch for this, and that's pretty fast if you do it correctly. But with Fire here already, it's like easy and like just a little slower currently. Consistent, so I'd rather take that currently. Yeah, low and
the
wispy
tornado
woods.
strat is very scary to do in this section.
Oh, I got damage. Okay, so one thing I want to do there is also damage those Tropic Woods. Because we need to have a certain amount of wall Ds to unlock something later on the run. Didn't want to slow down either. That's the idea. But for now, unfortunately, I should lose a little time in this boss fight because of what happened there. That's okay. I should be fine my WLD count later. If I'm not, I guess I'll take the L, but I should be fine. Usually I have a few extra right at the end. Oh no, I missed the blueprint. No! Frig! Oh no! Now I'm gonna beat this run without Noble Ranger now. Aw, beans. Well, guess we just gotta continue then. Guess we gotta go on without it. That's you're gonna see that pop up like multiple times throughout the run, by the way. Elflin just being like, "Get the blueprint! You forgot the blueprint!" No, we're skipping the blueprint. We don't need it.
Yeah, I think towards the second to last boss, grabbing the blueprint, Alpha finally decides, you know what, maybe we're done. I think Kirby doesn't want blueprints anymore.
Yeah,
but otherwise Alpha will just keep bothering Kirby for that.
Yeah. Blueprints, what they do is they give you an upgrade for one of your powers currently. Like what happened with Volcano Fire here. That was just a free blueprint we got early on in the run, just to show off, as like a tutorial for it. They're found throughout the entire game as well. Now it's time for my favorite world in the entire game. I love Wandaria. It's a hard world too. Like that's the other thing. It's got a lot of tricks to it. Right to start there, I actually go to the very top of that rocket to get a WLD. It's not up there. It's just like it's around somewhere. The game gives this to us. The idea behind the routing for this game for the WLDs is we don't want the ones in cages most of the time if we can avoid it. If they're fast to get and out of the way, then we'll get them if we need it. But usually we want to opt for stuff like that, where it's just like there's a hidden WLD there, and like it's just fast. not much extra movement out of the way to get it really. Each cage WLD we get loses 5 seconds because of the animation. That's the main thing. Now right here, in the future I'm gonna go for a mix off of the Frosty and the Needlehouse there for Tornado, but right now I'm not doing that in my runs. But I do want to go for that. It is a kind of a risky mix. It would save a little bit of time, I think, overall in World 3 to get it. But I'm not entirely sure about that yet. But for now, we're going for fire here and just going through that room normally. And now we're going through this room abnormally. We're actually going to do this to skip the water balloon section. There are 2 of them in this level. Do some very tricky movement to get around it. Like in this case, there's always lampposts around here. We're just going to go right up here. Double fireball over this one, fireball over that one, and one more. And bam, we skip both water balloon sections here. That being said, though, plot twist, there's a 3rd water balloon section, and we can't skip this one, so yeah. Don't think there'd ever be a way to skip this one, unless we start going for, like, fire super jumps here, maybe. I don't think we will, though. I don't
Yeah,
know if
fire
heights.
super jumping is going to be very difficult to try and pull off in this. Although with the mud, that's actually a good thing, is the mud actually instantly exhausts Kirby. So there might be some potential there.
Maybe, yeah. Oh, good point, actually. Just not sure if we're getting enough height with that, but I guess that'll be tested in the future. So, we're talking about fire super jumps. There's a few ways to like, get a lot of height using a power in this game. And the main way you'll see later on, so we'll explain when we get there, but one of the ways we could get height is using fire. Essentially, we exhaust Kirby by making him float for about 5, 6, 7 seconds or so. And then, as Kirby is going down, right before he lands, we use fire and then jump, and gives us a lot more height. And we could maybe use to get up there, not sure yet. But for now, it's not something we use in the run. Oh, also I just realized we can't do that volcano fire, never mind. Rip that idea.
Yep, you're right.
Forgot about that one. It only works with regular fire and upgraded dragon fire, but yeah, I can't do a volcano fire because of the property of it, I guess. But anyways, time to race. This one's pretty cool. See if I get a 16 here. Usually pretty consistent at that. I did not get a 16 there, dude.
0.001.
I'm salty. Dang. All right. Well, whatever. We move on, I guess. GG go next.
Time to reset the run.
It's over. GG's. Can't believe it.
And aside from the fire super jump, there's 2 other abilities that are capable of doing it. Ice, as well as the hammer. And we'll get to see the full demonstration of that later towards the run.
Yeah, you'll see it very much later. It's gonna be awesome. But for now, we'll not talk about it. We'll get there. Yeah, while that just be destroyed like this, once again, we just you put the shield up there, we go behind him, and ba-bam. Now I get one more race over here. You want to guess the time in the chats? Usually it's around like 36 to 38 seconds or so. It's like there's hundreds of a second here. Want to be accurate? Like you can do that. I'm gonna go with like 36 point. I'm feeling confident. I'll go 36.5. 5.4. 36.54. I blew that. Yeah, little shortcuts here and there. We actually get a Waldy by taking the cardboard shortcuts in this section. There are 2 of them to take, so that's cool. That's cool there. We do get a Waldy by getting our the gold medal time here, getting underneath 50 seconds. 37.5. I was a little off. Actually, I just realized no. I usually get like 37. Never mind. I forgot.
Yeah, 36 is like the almost optimal Kirby section.
Yeah, it's very tricky. It really is. Still very solid level. We take those. For the record, by the way, is it still $30 more for the Hal Room incentive? Because we do need Next one's in 3-4, which is the level after this next one here. So we're gonna need that. We're gonna need that med like pretty soon if we want to just like do that initially. So get your donations in real quickly during this next level here, which also is in my opinion, well, my favorite level. Love this level. It's so silly, and I love these stag too. And it's just fast. It's just fun to go fast and really. Yeah, Invasion of the House of Horrors. Oh my gosh, spooky alien! Ah! What the heck? No! They're all everywhere. They're everywhere now. They're great though. Look at them. It's so good.
Bobble eyes.
I love those eyes. You're too good. Then this level actually gets all the food, which is another wall D for us. There's 3 of them a guy gets. First one's that first from there. There's a chocolate bar a little out of the way. And this is a light bulb section, but we actually gonna skip using the light bulb here because it's slower to use it. We go right over here, then right up here. There's actually a lot of invisible walls in this area, so we have to get around those. Bam. Right over there too. I'm going a bit over here. In this section too, if we skip hitting any of the ghost gordos, we also get a wall D. So I try to do that. It's usually not too bad, but there's one right at the end that I'm usually concerned about. Because if I slide close to them, sometimes I'll slide right directly into them. I have to jump there, and I usually just jump towards them on accident because of that. It's happened a few times before, and it's unfortunate. One more food up here. Bam, just a little cake behind the thing there. Surprised to let food into the ride, but hey, do what you gotta do. Not my amusement park after all. And now we're on to the last section. It's kind of what do they call it? Dirigible thing? Like a gondola? I don't know what they call it. There's 2 of these right here.
I just call it an auto-scrolling platform.
That's what it really is.
And intentionally, this section you're supposed to be using vending machine Kirby, which we'd never see in this run. And you're supposed to beat up the aliens here with the soda cans, but with fire, you're actually able to just remove the trigger for the aliens so that you can actually just skip the ones that block you.
And bam. That was a solid level. I think this might be a rainbow. Actually,
Yeah, that was 3 seconds in?
It was close.
Oh,
About
almost.
2. Very close. You get 2 of them for free right at the end. Very, very nice. So, for the incentive, is that met yet? The Hell Rooms?
Looks like not. I guess we'll have to skip it.
I guess let's get back for later then, if anything. Sounds good. Y'all have until 6-3 then? Unless it gets met within the next, like, minutes. So, get your donations real quick. It's like $30 for the Hell Rooms. They're really cool to see. There are 3 of them in the entire run. They're Easter egg rooms that are hidden in every single like recent Kirby game. There's some in Robot, there's some in Triple Lux, they're in Star Allies as well too. It's really cool. Neat little thing to show off. There's only 3 in this game, usually how it is as well too. And like, they're neat. They have remixes of previous like songs in the entire series, and they're cool. Trust me, we're seeing for sure, especially if you haven't seen them yet. Also, we got a nice little cycle skip right there. There's a harder one I'm gonna go for up here. Hopefully I can get it. Not sure if I'll be able to. Oh, nope.
Oh, yeah.
That one's risky.
That one's a really rough one to get to.
My PB guy, so I have to get that every time now. That's how it works.
Oh, really? Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get that with Tornado, and it just barely always makes it.
Nice. I should PB not get that. Never mind. But my previous run got that. That's what I'm thinking of. Alright, last minute Hell Room check. It's in this room. I don't think I can do it. Never mind. Yeah, we're gonna go right past it in that case. Alright, so Waldy right up here. I was a little short on my tornado for once. I'm actually gonna wait a split second here so UFO doesn't hit me. There we go.
There's one minor tornado tech that Shasta did right there. So there's 2 versions of tornado. Whenever you activate it, there's going to be the grounded one and the aerial tornado. And so when you activate the grounded tornado, Shasta was able to do a whole entire distance doing a fast tornado. If you try and do 2 aerial tornadoes, it ends up becoming a very slow one on the second one. And so that's always a good thing to keep in mind when you're trying to go across large distances with no ground.
That's something we actually didn't know for a while either. We saw one runner do that, and we were just like, what the heck is going on? How are they doing this? That's why, though. It's like, you have to start on the ground to make that work.
Yeah, at first we thought it was like a frame perfect trick you're supposed to do in the air, but nope, just a simple thing on the ground and in the air.
Oh boy, I've got breaking news here.
Oh?
We've got a $30 donation from Anonymous that says, put this towards the HAL rooms in Kirby.
Hey, let's go. I'll have to go back and show off the other 2 later, because we just barely missed the 134 here, but we'll see the 163 then. And that's actually my favorite one, so hell yeah.
Alright, we've got time.
Absolutely. Yeah, for now, thank y'all for doing for that in the first place. Y'all are hecking cool. Hell yeah. But for now, we're actually going to World 3 boss here. We got 21 wall Ds, and there they are. Look at them. They're beautiful. They just like flailed their arms and destroyed that big wall there. Love it. Now we're in the big top though. About to fight a boss named Clawline. And you want to explain the powerless strat we do here?
So powerless strat here, Tornado is pretty infamous for not being a very good combative ability, and so in this game, in Kirby the Forgotten Land, Copyless is actually really strong compared to other Kirby games, and so we'll get to see how fast we get to see Clawline get beaten up by Kirby just shooting stars.
Ideally, we want some double stars here, which all depends on luck. If I got here, it's perfect. I might be able to... Yeah, I still got it. Nice.
It's actually a perfect pattern.
Yeah, it worked out well. I need to get Tornado back first, though, so I can get rid of it again. In order to be able to still do this. Yeah, I'm about to get Tornado there again. I need to do that now. Oh, I think you're dead right here? Yeah. Probably could have waited, but it's fine. I should get 1 star there, though, so it works out.
Right. And then, so this is the second phase right here. So Flowerline is just going to be jumping around, throwing some daggers. Got the lucky dagger one. And then he's going to drop the... there. Yep. And then he's going to be able to just beat the phase 2 just like that.
Bam.
Yep.
And then I actually don't know usually where Tornado... Because you go to a certain spot after the fight's done there. And I want to drop Tornado, like, near me as possible, but I'm not good at doing that personally. Is it near me? Okay, it's like a little further away, that's fine. I'll take it. If it's not behind the cage, that's really what matters. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. PB got some pretty bad luck there, but that was better than PB for sure.
Yeah, the first phase was beautiful RNG. I never get that. Clawline likes to just jump away from me.
Yeah, usually I just get the two swipes and that's it. Never get the charge one. But for now, though, we actually have the longest cutscene in the entire game. Or, technically second longest, but this one is like over a minute of just kind of sitting here while stuff unlocks in the whole D-Town. So we're just gonna do that. So if there's anything to plug right now, or any donations that have come in at all, then this is a perfect time for it. I'm doing nothing.
Alright, well, no new donations since our goal got met there, but we do have a couple other incentives coming up. We do have the Ender Lilies run coming up later this evening, being run by Kizaron. We can upgrade that to 100% for just $50, so put that in your donation comment if you'd like it. And we also have the bidding war between La Mulana 1 and La Mulana 2 randomizer, so when Ikan does the run later tonight, you can choose which one it'll be. I think La Mulana 2 is winning by just $10 right now.
Sounds good to me.
You can type !NKH in the chat to get links to the donation, to the donate button, and to our prizes and incentives.
You got it, boss. Cool thing about doing a run with like a wireless controller is you can just kind of sit back during cutscenes like this and just mash A. Not even like fast, just like tapping a little bit. I'm not gonna do anything, just gotta make sure the game goes. Now we're good. We unlocked the arena and like a bunch of other stuff there. We're not doing the Coliseum though in this run. but it's a cool thing. For now, though, we need Tornado for World 4 because Tornado is really fast for like every level here. Except for the last one, you're using Hammer for that one, but we'll get into that when we get there. But for now, Tornado is really good. Tornado just puts us into this animation for a while, like this. Eventually it'll run out on its own, but we can also cancel it whenever. Like right here, this is the cancel. Ideally, don't want to cancel it because when it runs out, it's pretty fast. But either way works, really. Depends on the situation, I guess. Like right there, I didn't cancel it, and it runs out a little faster. Less end lag and stuff.
Right, important section right here is going to be the tilting platforms here. Shasta needs to get the cycles in order to get the proper waddle Ds for it.
Yeah, this room is very dependent on cycles. There's one right at the end I have to get that's really hard. And this jump is also hard because that sign is not very big. But practice is the thing. Let's go to practice.
There you go, we made the cycle.
And there's the wall D right there. And we're gonna go right up the tilting platform to the right here and get this next one. After we get hit by the penguin. Oh no. Love these penguin designs, they're so good. They remind me of the penguins from Paper Mario 64, like in Chapter 7 there. They're really cool.
Alright, cute little skip with the tornado here. You're supposed to be using the staircases, but since tornado does not lose height whenever they're moving horizontally, you just get to grab the ladders just like that.
And then there's one more wall D we're gonna get all the way over here. There's one hidden one we get from going onto the clock tower. Overall, this might take a little bit of time to do, just a little bit, but it's faster than doing this section the intended way. Because the intended way has a cutscene happen after we hit 3 switches in that room. But instead of doing that, we actually go over to the clock tower and there's a star taking us right directly to where the end of the level is. And we get a hidden wall D as well, which is really fast, so it works out for us. So if Tornado in World 4 is actually a few different wall Ds we can get that Fire could not get, and one of those, actually 2 of those are in this next level here. And again, the reason for that is because Tornado does not lose height once you start using it. So overall, like, this route ends up being just faster in the end because we got some faster wall Ds we didn't have access to before. Now we're going down to the Metro.
Do you do the shipping container route?
I do.
On Metro?
I do, yeah.
Tornado will show its full power right here.
Go all the way across this room, no problem. There's always enemies here, but just gonna kind of ignore them. We don't really talk to them. I'm a little shy, you know. But for now, though, we're gonna hop on 2 trains. That actually gives us a wall D. If we just stand there for like a split second, we'll get a wall D that way. Because why not, you know? I don't know how it works, just like in general. But I'm not complaining. I like my friend Wall D.
Green arena right there.
That was really nice. Yeah, there are 2
and
trains.
so there was just a minor thing right there. So this will be an upcoming mechanic for the 4-4 strat, but the reason why Shasta picked up that hammer is the mechanic in this game. There is mixing abilities, and so whenever you pick up 2 enemies that are different abilities, you start a roulette of abilities, and it only goes through the roulette of whatever Kirby has picked up during the run. And so that was really important to inhale hammer there.
Actually, I didn't actually get the hammer itself that time. I'm not doing that route currently, but I will in the future. That is, yeah. That is one thing though that is worth explaining though, yeah, because I do mix later on the run. But yeah, mixes in this game are a bit different from how they work in like other Kirby games. Oh, can I get up here? There we go. That chili is also very whack if I'm a little behind the cycle there. That worked out well. Yeah, here's a shipping container. There's a wall D right up here. Again, it takes about 5 seconds for its animation, so it's not always good to get, but there is a hidden wall D you can get right here by going inside a shipping container and going right back out again. It's all about just like doing small things that are very inconsequential, but they give us wall Ds. Like we hop on 2 random trains and suddenly, hey, a Waddle Dee. Go inside a shipping container, don't even check what's inside of it. Hey, a Waddle Dee. It's kind of wild.
Yeah, I just imagine the enemies of this game. They're just like, oh, Kirby did that. You know what? Let's just release a Waddle Dee. Why not?
He's too powerful for us. He can stand on trains. I can't do that. Give him the Waddle Dee, quick. It's kind of funny though, honestly. It really is. Okay, so other than the ship container rad we do in that level there, and the cycles made in the last room, or in the last level, there's also this room here, which we're gonna skip most of by just using Tornado instead of using any other power in the game, really. So you can make this jump right here. It's really cool. Bam, that just skips like most of this room. Or just a good portion of it. But now because of Tornado for this section, this cave actually comes a little harder than you're supposed to use fire for this, but yeah, you have to do that sort of step there to actually get into the cave itself. Otherwise, a bit more tricky. Or it's otherwise like a lot easier actually, but it's way trickier with Tornado. Now we cannot skip the fence on the right here. I wish we could, but we can't. So what we have to do is get this ring right here, become Remouth Kirby. Who, it's great design, love it. And then we're just gonna use and put him inside the boat here, and use the boat to go all the way around here. Along the way, I actually pick up one of the meals at sea right there, because just like back in, I think it was 1-3, yeah. Back in 1-3, we got one thing out of the three objectives we could have gotten there to save time on the objective popping up. It's the same deal in this level. We got all the hidden objectives except for that one there. So yeah, tiny little time save there. And now we get this hidden Waddle Dee right in the pits, and going right over here. There's an underground room that gives us a hidden Waddle Dee for go inside of. But for some reason, if you just go down this pit and go right here, it still counts. Don't know why, but we take those. Oops. I'm just gonna destroy you like this because I messed up. Also love this song too. It plays in 4-1 as well, but it's so good.
I can't wait for 5-4.
Same. I really can't wait for that one. Also can't wait for this level here. Hoping it goes well. This next level is actually a boss rush, but we're gonna only do in my route here. I'm gonna do 3 out of the 4 bosses, if everything goes correctly, at least. It's really, really cool.
This will be the first instance of showing off the super jump, and so you get to see this game getting a little bit more broken towards the end of this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Battle of Blizzard Bridge. So like I said, this is normally a boss rush, so we're gonna go right over here into this and try to get to the end of the bridge and get to stay in the level. But along the way, I'm actually gonna fight a wild edge here. There's, like Bob mentioned earlier, there's a mix you can do here for hammer and get it earlier, and also keep Tornado at the same time, which would save about 20 seconds. Actually, I haven't learned that yet, but I will in the future. But yeah, for now, I'm gonna go over here, and there's actually a hammer enemy right here. And you want to explain HSJs?
So Kirby, whenever for some reason Kirby gets exhausted, and then does an ability and jumps right when they land,
Nice.
they will have increased amount of height just like that. And so we should be able to skip the Florina fight right here. Yep, it looks good. We just skipped that whole entire arena. There's supposed to be a boss trigger right there, but because of our massive amount of height, we're able to just skip that. And then we'll keep doing that over and over again to skip all the other bosses as well. Do you get the cage D here too?
I do, yes.
Okay, yeah. And so we'll see one more HSJ right here.
And the camera actually pushes us forward pretty far there, so I want to make sure I get that especially. Save just a little bit of time. We're gonna go right down here and get this cage Waddle Dee, and then I'm gonna do one more HSJ. This one is less lenient, less dependent on my timing, thankfully. I can be a little late or a little early, but I got that on perfect, so we take those. This skips the Twin Frosty fight right at the end of this too, which is actually one of the harder fights casually, I feel.
Especially since one of the achievements for getting all Waddle Dees, you have to beat both Twin Frosties without taking any damage whatsoever.
In the run, in like the all while these run, they actually did a mix there for Crash to do that. But casually, that was one of the hardest ones for me. It really was.
Me too.
It's especially brutal because you gotta go through 3 fights before that one. So if you fail it, it's like, well, damn, I gotta do the rest of the level again. Yeah, that one perfectly. I can't be more happy with that one, honestly. Also, yeah, we forgot to mention it too, but we do take the alternate path in that level. There's an Easter egg path that's like a harder version of the level, where you have to fight 2 of each enemy along the way, rather than just the one boss. The way you do that is like at the very beginning of the level, before you even go into the initial load zone there's like a window you can go through, and it'll take you to the hard path. But it's unloaded if you go up there, like the way we did, because you're not supposed to be able to do that. So yeah. We were able to just use that to our advantage and just skip, pretty much the entire level. It's so cool, it really is. But no more hammer, we don't need that right now. Go back to fire, and we're using fire for a good portion of the rest of the run, aside from a few things here and there. Now we got King Dedede, though. He's actually a little mind-controlled at the moment. I'll explain more when we get that when we get to this fight, but for now, I'm just gonna defeat him. I'm usually pretty good at this fight too. So hopefully this goes pretty well. So you actually strafe with fire if you hold R or L and just a direction. So I actually strafe backwards right there in order to be able to destroy Dedede. First phase is done. And just get more hits on before he goes to the next phase. And then here we go. Second phase is gonna bring out his pillar and just start hitting the ground and make some icicles out of it. Or like ice stalactites, stalagmites, whichever one.
Stalactites?
Some ice sharp thingy, pointy things.
Ice of doom on the ground.
Yeah, and then good face incoming.
Oh.
I love it. If you feed Dedede fast enough, he freeze frames like the perfect face. It's so good.
There was one time I was a little bit slower on this pattern, and so on the same exact frame as I was shooting fire, King Dedede beat me up while also bonking me on the head.
Oh no. That's unfortunate. Yeah, so Dedede is actually mind controlled here a bit, and that's why he's fighting us in the first place, because he also got sucked into the dimension we're in currently. And yeah, he steals Elfalin, and yeah. We gotta go get her back. We gotta see what happened, Like, why would we do that? It's pretty mean. I don't want that. I like Elfalin. From now on to World 5 immediately. It's actually the one part of the run we don't get sucked back into Lolly Town, so we just start with 5-1 just right there, right off the bat. Which has a very epic name too. I love the name of this level. The waste where life began. What a name for a desert level.
For a Kirby game at that.
Absolutely. This game has a lot of really cool sounding names for different things. The final boss song is like references a really obscure astronomy term. I kind of love that.
It looks like we got the squishy there, the octopus. Oh, and if you noticed, we got the squishy and got a Waddle Dee, and right next to squishy there was 2 takoyaki. And if anyone doesn't know what a takoyaki is, it is a dish that is made from octopus. So
yeah,
I feel bad for the lost squishy there.
I really do as well. There's actually a lot of really nice fire movements in 5-1 especially. That I really like a lot. This Waddle Dee seems a little slow, but the thing about World 5, unfortunately, is that there's a lot of really slow Waddle Dees again. So like this one, you don't have to go use the Ring D there, go back a little bit and get that one. It actually turns to be overall faster and a lot of other options in this world. Because a lot of the hidden Waddle Dees are pretty slow or require using a power that we just don't have or is not really convenient to use. So that's one of the faster ones to get, it turns out, even though it's a cage Waddle Dee and it takes us like 10 seconds of a prep to get it. Yeah, solid though, solid. We're gonna have time to save in this world, let's go.
Yeah, that's pretty clean. And then we're gonna be hitting 5-2, and we're going to be seeing the most broken ability in the game.
Oh, so busted. So good. Fight 2 is a fun one as well. Little fun fact for you, using the HSJs that we use in 4-4 to skip all the bosses there, the hammer super jumps. We actually skipped this first room entirely, but unfortunately, because of the fact that there's so many slow LEDs in this world, we can't actually do that. So in the end, we have to go all the way around the fire. But that's a little fun fact for you. The warp star is actually to the left of the wall there, of this building entirely here. Oh, messed up the movement just a little bit. Should be fine though. Yeah, we're back on track. Cool. So we're gonna go right over here. Right behind us is Snacker. Society without Snacker. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, most work ability right here. Sleep. Look at this. He's so sleepy. And actually rotate the stick to wake up faster, funnily enough. There are strats using sleep there. It's great. That gives us a hidden wall D, and there's a cage wall D right next to sleep as well, so overall that's fast to do, even though we're just kind of sitting there for like 5 seconds. That's kind of the theme of like 5 of this level in particular. There's a lot of out of the way wall Ds it gets, and there's 2 of them here that are like really close to each other that we end up getting in the end. That's the first set of 2. The next one's in the room after this. There's also this one over here, right up the ladder. Oops. On a little bit of a cycle, which I got a little slower cycle in the end, but it still worked out. Now this last room, you could potentially like go up here, but it doesn't really save time to do so in the end because of the way that super jumping works. Oops, there we go. But for now, we just go all the way around there, no problem. These enemies are one of my least favorite enemies to deal with the entire run, by the way. They kind of just follow your movements. But cool movement thing here, though. We're actually going to go right over here and skip using drill to get past the fence there. Just like that. And then go over here and unlock Water Balloon Kirby. We're just going to destroy these 2 poison Crocums. Great name, love it. And in the end, it's oh,
Croaks.
It's a Tossa Croaks, yeah. Yeah, this ends up giving us 2 wall Ds. A hidden one right there, and then that's caged one right afterwards. So, like, the overall was pretty slow, like a pretty long detour, but doing that overall is just really fast for the entire world. There are a few of them that are, like, faster than the whole process alone, but that process gives us 2 wall Ds compared to 1, so it ends up, like, being one of the faster ones again in the world as a result. And it's also one of the hardest levels to optimize, I feel, because it's just there's so many things that can go very easily wrong there, and also there's a lot of poison in that level, which if you hit, immediately makes you lose your power. Yeah, if you like the Alive of Mall music, you're right here once again, this level here. Alive of Mall of Staff Side, which I think is just a second location in this case, because the first one's back in World 1, on a completely different island, so that's cool. 2 live on malls, love it. Love this song though. But we're getting only 1 hidden wall D right here, and the one is actually for collecting 3 different ice creams. So, chat, what's your favorite type of ice cream? Tell me what your favorite one is. Get this nice little soft serve here, it's vanilla. Very delicious. This hole was made for me! Bam! First, a big fan of chocolate cookie dough. That's my favorite one. Also, the mint chocolate chip. Very, very delicious. What's your favorite one?
See, as a kid, I loved Rocky Road so much. But now I'm like a mint chocolate chip. And then sometimes just vanilla. Vanilla's always good.
That's a classic. I appreciate it too. I'm more of a vanilla ice cream person than a chocolate ice cream person.
Especially if you're trying to do some brownies with that too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Also, birthday cake, underrated flavor. I'll always preach that.
Everyone I talk to does not like birthday cake, but I love birthday cake myself.
Love it. It's so good. Do a little cone drip right at the end there to skip this cycle of that room. And I think that's the best of my splits. That was actually really solid.
And no bonking whatsoever. That was
Look
good.
at that.
Yeah.
Very good. We can't look at that. I'm pretty sure on screen there's only the timer there, but still. Cookies and cream, peach cobbler. Ooh, that's cheating, but I'll allow it. I love peach cobbler.
Lime sherbet. Oh.
Ice cream sandwich, very delicious, very delicious. Let me some Neapolitan. Blueberry pancake flavor. I have never heard that before. That sounds delightful. It really does. Homemade maple brandy ice cream. Homemade ice cream is so good. I haven't had that in years, but oh my gosh, it's so good.
Orange vanilla swirl. Oh boy.
Oof. I
Y'all make me hungry.
I gotta get something after this. I really have to. But this is one of my favorite levels of the entire run here. Moonlight Canyon. Got one of the best songs of the game, but you won't hear it until the second half of this level. Rather, we're just gonna go right through here, get a little poster, because getting 3 of them in this level. And there's another light bulb section, which you're gonna skip light bulb entirely during as well. Just like the previous one back in 3-3. Funny enough, 2 of my favorite levels of the entire game involve light bulb and us skipping using light bulb entirely. Weird how it works out like that, I guess. So go right over there. Speaking of skipping things, I'm gonna go over here and skip this pillar. Skip waiting for the pillar, rather. Now we actually are gonna use a light bulb here because we do need it for this wall D coming up. If we light that up, then and get the post over there, then this wall D spawns in, which is really fast. Moose Tracks is good. I've not had that in years. Oh my god, love Moose Tracks. But yeah, best song, one of the best songs of the game right here. It's too good. You're gonna hear all of it too because there's actually an Archmile section right after this. It's so cool. Yeah, wall D right over there. Nice little skip over the gap there too. You're supposed to go up. You're supposed to kind of weave your way up and around in this level. There's a poster right there too. I'm just gonna use fire all the way over here. Almost got off the side there. That would have been a big disaster. Or instead it was a small disaster, but it turns out it's fire, so we're good. And bam. Just like previous Archmile sections, not really much to say here. We can enjoy the music or can read some donations. Either way works.
Well, we donations currently, but I want them that's interested in your supporting this and all. Donations go directly to the charity. SpeedGaming.org/NoKidHungry. Get all the info you need.
Sounds good to me. Right here, I guess I'll say one thing here, is that we do need 600 coins by 6-3, and this is like the perfect section to get more coins if we need it. We have enough right now, so we're good, but yeah, that's all we need for now at least. That being said though, if I was running a category like True Ending, we need like 1500 by the end of the run, so it's a little more than that really. Yeah, free wall D right at the end, just like the previous one back in 2-3. Yeah, 2-3. So, yeah.
And we'll get one more right over here towards the end as well.
It's kind of funny how there's just like a lot of really fast wall Ds in some of these levels, and then like there's 2 of them where it's just like every wall D takes a minute. Good luck, have fun. So we get a lot of slow ones, but then like this level, there's like a lot of them that are just like really fast that we get.
Oh, Neapolitan ice cream. I haven't had that in a hot minute.
Oh my goodness. Yes, please. Neapolitan, like, ice cream sandwiches, though, especially, are really good.
Meh.
Fair enough.
Guess I need to go to the store soon, huh?
I guess so. I got some, how was it? What are the ones that have like the hard chocolate around them? Those ice cream sandwiches? Klondike
The
bars.
drumstick?
Klondike bars.
Oh no! Oh, okay.
Those
that's
are
what you're
good. I haven't had those in forever.
Drumsticks are also bomb if you like peanuts.
Agreed. I love those too. That the ones with caramel inside of it? Oh my gosh.
Oh, caramel.
Oh, yes. Too good.
Kirby would be enjoying in this conversation.
He really would be.
Wouldn't let us have any though.
He'd be like, BAM! Be angry. But instead of being angry, you're gonna be silly up here. Because next boss we're gonna fight is Silly Dillo. Who is very silly. Just look at him. He's so silly. What a silly little guy. His first phase though is very fast. I learned yesterday you can just jump over the cage there to skip out the slowdown happen. And there we go. Worked out well. First phase is done. Second phase and third phase will be in this arena here instead of the one up there. He just kind of breaks the floor and brings us down here. He's gonna start rolling around now. His first roll he does actually lasts a little bit longer than like the rest of them he does. He's gonna go right into the. Now he's gonna bonk against the wall here and just kind of flip on his back, and it's like a turtle. It's so good. Or you know, like an armadillo. Armadillos might do that. Not entirely sure. Third phase though is gonna bring out my wife, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to call it. Bring out his little friend here. Just kind of swing her around. Just like that. Ah!
One of the more difficult bosses to get damage in because you would have to hit Silly Dillo while they're spinning. But fortunately, this looks like a good run right here.
Yeah, we're gonna get him right here before he starts spinning, which is perfect. That's what he wants. I messed up the initial set because I was supposed to go to the right there and make it so he just goes back and forth, like in a kind of a straight line rather than the way he just bounced around the arena there. Messed up a bit with that because I just forgot about it, but it happens. Overall, still really good fights. I did beat him really fast for that third phase. That's the important thing. Can't believe it did the stereotypical Borat joke in a marathon. God. Yeah. Anyways, before this run gets off the trail, more off the rails. Okay, it's running off the rails. Never mind. We're going back to Baldi Town. We're gonna reset ourselves real quick.
Time to read a quick donation.
Absolutely, go for it.
All right, we got a $20 donation from Soul Survivor who says, I know we've been talking ice cream, but let's get those kids something more. Thank you very much.
Agreed. Thank you very much.
Heck yeah.
We're on the World 6 here, by the way. World 6 is the hardest world, in my opinion. A lot of really difficult things, a lot of really difficult levels, lots of really nice movement, just in general. It's very cool. Start with this level here, which you can see in the background. There's a lot of meteors just falling down everywhere, so we're gonna have to deal with that soon. But for now, we're gonna be a meteor ourselves and just kind of, I guess, horizontally fall over here. I don't know where it's going with that one, but yeah, we're going fast. That's TLDR. For those that don't know. Yeah, we gotta avoid these meteors because they have a hitbox when they're coming down like this, and it's very big because they're very big meteors. Big rocks, if you will. We're spawning the bunny over here. It's gonna just go over there, no problem. And then accidentally landed, so I got a fireball, but otherwise I would just puff into that lookout woofy. And you just go right into the lava to do that. Which gives us a wall D in the end, because we took out the other one earlier too.
This is going to be a section where it does have a perfect cycle, so we'll see if that goes well.
I'm usually pretty good at this one lately. And then jump on the bone right here, and oh, I got stuck there for a second. That was weird, but still very good. We take those. Now this third room has just a lot. It's just not a lot of room to work with. So we gotta like just hopefully not bonk and not get hit by a lot of stuff. You can see meteors kind of strike the side of these platforms and just start lowering down like this. It's gotta be especially just super careful when that happens. This game really takes advantage of the fact that it's 3D, just to have objects like that just randomly strike down platforms and create new like areas in the level. It's really cool. They really took advantage of the fact that this is like the first 3D Kirby game, like main series at least, to make that happen. It's really nice.
Because the last Kirby game that was 3D was Kirby Air Ride, huh?
Technically Blow Up Blast on 3DS, but Air Ride was like the big one.
The big one.
Yeah, because like Blow Up Blast is like it's like an expansion to a Planet Robots minigame, essentially.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, no, I remember.
Yeah. Actually, I'm currently on PB pace with a lot of time to save in this next level. I'm not. Is it okay if I just show off the Hellworms at the end of the run so I can potentially get a PB? I think I might just do that actually. I'll just go into the levels afterwards. I think that'll be okay. Normally I want that route in if possible, but yeah, I think in this case it might be better. Especially if I nail this first room. This first room has a lot of different just stuff going on here. A lot of cycles gotta make because these cannonballs will come out. This snacker here we gotta go past, and then just fireballs immediately, cannonballs immediately afterwards gotta get past too. And then here's a cool strat we're gonna go for here. We're gonna drop our fire right there, get Crash. Crash is down the run, by the way, shout out to that. And then go right up here and defeats Frosty with it. And then, fun little thing that can happen in this game. If you suck a bit of power in midair, then, or while you're midair there, then you'll get it back like immediately like that. You know the power is way below us there. So then we got the Wall D from doing Crash Frosty, while still having fire after the fight was done because of it. And then I'll skin the two meaty meals in that level. She got the last one right after Frosty as well. So yeah, lots of going on in that room, but it's the hardest room of the entire level. The rest of these next two rooms are not too bad at all. Shoutouts to the wide Gordos, by the way. I love them. They're so cool.
Yeah, they really took advantage of trying to make this game into a more 3D friendly game.
They really did. It's so good. They really popped off of this one, not gonna lie. Like, as someone who is just a big fan of the series and has played most of the games, this is one of the best Kirby games of the entire franchise, just straight up. It's in my top 3 now at this point. And like they really popped off of this one as the first like venture into 3D.
First venture to 3D, and I was a big Kirby fan before, and this is actually one of my first games to be speedrunning too.
Oh yeah. Meanwhile, I've been doing this for a long time, but it's just so much fun. I don't feel like stopping.
Yes, it is so much fun. It was actually, I used to watch a lot of the Super Mario speedrunning games. And before I was like, no, it's not for me. But then Kirby came out, it was 3D, and I was like, you know what? There's potential here.
You know what? It's for me.
It's for me, yes. It's Kirby.
It's so good. Also, I just got like a 1-second rainbow there. The Howlworm is in this level here, but I'm actually going to show it off at the end of the run now because we're on pretty good PvP pace at the moment because of that. So I'm going to try and get that. There's one like huge run killer right at the end of the run that I'm concerned about, but I'm gonna try for it. We're gonna try for it. If I get it, it'll be worth it. If I don't, I'll shut off after the runs, whatever. My estimate's actually a little higher than... Because I spent this marathon, like... I think, like, week 2 of this game being out. So my estimate's a little bit high in the end anyways, so it'll work out. Not super high, don't worry about that. But yeah. We're just gonna go for it. So in this level, we have to not get crushed by any of these crushers, including the ones in the first room, which I've unfortunately discovered during a run, where I was one wall of these shorts, and that's the reason why. Oops. Oh, didn't mean to do that. The Pro Controller has a little flick back on the stick whenever, sometimes whenever you just like let go of it. So sometimes if you like want to go a certain direction, especially a fire right there, you get a little flick back happening and destroy the woofy behind me, like what happened. A little bit unfortunate. Yeah, the main one we're getting here currently are these cup of coffee. There's 3 of them throughout the level. Got one right there, one in the previous room, and then one in the last room coming up soon. This one's pretty cool, if it goes correctly at least.
Yeah.
I do a little strats in this last, in like the third section of this, not this one, but the next one. We're gonna go right over here and then land on top of these steel blocks. Perfect. Didn't bonk either. It just skips having to platform around just a little bit more. We're going right on top of the Vent machine and just running the bomb block starting this phase. I do need 4 Vent machine. I do need to learn a faster strat here at some point where I go through these kind of doorways and the cone Kirby there a little bit earlier than intended. So I can save a little more time here, because unfortunately if you don't get Cone Kirby for that last hole in the wall there, there's actually an invisible wall right in front of me that goes away once the camera starts moving. But getting Cone gets rid of that, so yeah. Or getting Cone and using that to get the Wall D at the very end of this level gets rid of that, in particular. But currently in my route I don't get that, because that Wall D, it's not slow, but there's other ones that I get that are more convenient at least. Yeah, we're done at 6-3, and we're gonna take actually a detour right now before going to 6-4, because throughout the entire run, I've been getting different hidden objectives on each of these bosses, and overall, if I did it all correctly, I should have at least 145 Wall Ds right here, and that will unlock the shop. So hopefully I did it correctly, no problem. I did miss one earlier on Tropic Woods, but we're good. It's unlocked there. So this is the Wall D shop. The item shop, if you will. I had 146. Okay, that's what I figured. Cool. Usually I have like 148 or 147 there. Depending on what happens, I guess. But yeah, from the shop you can get attack buffs, speed buffs, or an extra HP bar if you really wanted to. But what we want to do is get two speed buffs and then 2 attack buffs. One I'm gonna use now and one later. Yeah, we're gonna stack these, and this takes a little bit to do, so if there's any donations you want to read right now, then now's a good time for it.
Nothing new yet, but I'm sure some will come in.
Absolutely. Want to just plug the charity real quick in that case?
Yep. We are... Sorry. This is the SpeedGaming Spring Marathon benefiting No Kid Hungry, a charity that is dedicated to the mission of eliminating childhood hunger. All donations go directly to the charity. And yeah, we thank you very much for each and every donation. Every dollar does so much to help kids. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Yeah, that's all we need for...
Right there. Oh, go ahead.
No,
oh, okay. Yeah, so, cool thing right there is while Shasta was buying, they're holding a power boost right now. So throughout the run, we're going to be going through 3 different levels, and the power boost will expire towards the 2nd level, but we don't need power boost during that section, so we're going to be holding that over for the final boss area, where we're just going to be fighting like a bunch of bosses. Very efficient use of the potions here.
Speaking of bosses, we're gonna fight Gormondo right here once again. We're just kind of chilling here. This is kind of the boss rush of the Beast Pack, who's like the kind of the villains of the entire game, and I got good luck there, and there too as well, because Gormondo did not get rid of my power, which is a very common occurrence there. At least for me, it is. It's random if he makes you lose your power now when you get hits, and in that case, thankfully, I did not. Because if that happens, you actually lose the burning effect of a volcano fire. And you don't want that to happen. That's a good thing to have happen for a section where he's just kind of spinning around and it's hard to hurt him. And because there's speed boost as well, this Kirby section is going to be a lot faster too. I almost fell off there. That was really close. And that one's on a timer, so we just get that one right at the end of the race. No problem.
And for all these bosses here, they actually have less HP than their original bosses on the stages, but they do start their 2nd phase immediately, and that's usually where the downtime is, like Gormondo spinning, but fortunately, since we have power boost, we almost skip most of their phases.
Now I'm gonna make Silodillo go kind of horizontal here, and hopefully I don't get hurt from... Oh, he didn't go horizontal, never mind, that's why I got hurt. Now I understand. But he's dead right here though, so it's fine. Still worked out. He's gonna keep spinning around there, and I'll just keep doing a little bit of chip damage here and there. So it works. There's a little chest over here containing a wall D right at the end of the fight. Very easy one to get. Now I haven't seen this yet, but this is Pipe Mouth Kirby. He's very good. These sections I can't actually really speed up. Kirby just goes automatically. I just have to time my jumps every time, so I don't hit anything, except for the things I want to hit, like the skill blocks. You could technically like jump over some of the enemies there to save a little time on hit lag, but I don't worry about that currently. It's like frame state, if anything. It's not really too worth it.
Yeah, it's not too worth it. I know. I've been trying to go for on the first set of enemies, but if you try and go on the downward path, you actually don't have enough momentum from your jump, so then you end up just face walling, even though you're. Yeah, it's very tragic.
Unfortunate.
And you lose momentum on the second spawn too, so then you just have to take the fall every single time.
Alright, so this is damageless color line. We're taking no damage here to get Wall D. It's a very fast one if you get it. I almost missed that. Okay, well, that was almost tragic, but we're good.
Still damages. Optimally, you would kill Colorline right there after the second spit, but either way, still really fast.
Yeah, just up getting down a little bit there, but we still take those, absolutely. The important thing is I didn't get hits, which gives the hidden wall D. That's one that probably gave people a lot of trouble too, but thankfully with the attack boost, it becomes way easier. Plus also slinging balls and knives that she throws at us. That's also very nice. If now we got Coaster Kirby. We're gonna hit all these switches along the way and get a wall D right at the end that's unlocked by hitting all the switches. That's all we're gonna do. Nothing much to say here. Don't know if anyone donated in the last like few minutes. Is the last time I called it, but yeah. Otherwise, I'll fill the air. Actually, right at the end, anyways. It's whatever. We're good. Right over here. Just gonna walk up through the cage and then bam. Doing pretty good. Still on good PB pace. This is
We're
nice.
looking good right now. Did you get your Leongar skip?
I did get Leongar skip first try in PB, yes.
First try? First try.
Yeah. Get the big skip at the end.
Yeah, big skip right there.
It was like the fastest I've done it too. You can see my splits here. Oh, never mind, it wasn't. That was the previous run. Yes, I got time save. Let's go. But it was first try though on the fast up at least.
Yeah, we are very ahead right now.
It's looking good. This run's looking good, y'all. This PB pace is nice. Didn't expect this one. This is my first run I've done tonight, or today rather. Yeah, final level right here. This is the Beast Pack's final stands. Starts off with a platform we gotta worry about. We're not worried about it at all. We're just gonna kind of chill here.
Yeah, this section right here is kind of gonna be like the moon on Super Mario Odyssey in terms of skips. It's supposed to be a gauntlet of every single mouthful mode. But fortunately, because of Hammer Super Jump, we basically skip most of the mouthful modes in this area.
First off, we're getting this Wall D right at the start by destroying all these members of the Beast Pack all in a row, like that. And then we're gonna get hammered from the very last one there, that Mookie, if you will. That's what they're called. Oh, bonk. I get one poster there too to save time right at the end of level 2, because we got all the other hidden Wall Ds in this level. Oops. Get out of the way, boing. Heck, it's fine. Yeah, we're gonna do an HSJ right here. Remember that from level 4? From 4-4? Yeah, we're doing that again right now. Normally I have to go... Go ahead.
Yep, the intention here was to get the Scissor Lift Kirby, which we haven't touched. But fortunately, HSCJ also has the same height. Ooh, second no jump right there.
Yeah, I love that backup. Oops.
That was very clean right there.
Most of the initial one, getting a max height on HSJ is frame perfect. So we want to get that initially, most of the time, but in that case I was a little bit off, but thankfully that one's easily back up if you don't get that. And we're gonna do one more in this level to actually, or in this room here, to actually skip over this. We can't do one to skip over initially. Well, we can, but also it's not overall faster to do that, I think, and way riskier. We have to look into it more, but for now we do this. Just skip the bow room. This one's a bit harder than the other one. Hopefully it goes well. Nope, that was off. Let's try that again. There we go, second try. I'm gonna fall right into the load zone right here. If you fall in the wrong spot, you actually could soft lock there. So it's a little tricky. But now I'm gonna go for a mix. The first one I go for in the run, right at the end of it, for fire. Bam, there we go. No problem. That's all the hard stuff is level done, right there. And cool. So we skip. So the section we skipped are normally sections that require getting the cage wall D right at the end of it. The one we skipped initially used a water balloon Kirby, which eventually destroyed that big enemy right at the end, spawning a platform, getting you a cage wall D. They go right back out the room again. We skipped that room entirely. The second one has a section where you go to the very end of the room, it's a very long room, and get the ring right at the end, and use boat to get to the end once again and get a cage wall D there. That one we can just go up the very top and go back out the load zone again. The game treats it as like we already beat it. So we just do that. And it's very fast. Saves us. These HSJs save us overall, I think, close to 2 minutes on this level. Because I think my best was like around 7 minutes before. Now it's like a low 5-minute time.
Those mouthful rooms take up a lot of time. Before HSJs actually were discovered, the first room that we skipped actually used Tornado to grab a Waddle D, skipping the whole entire mouthful mode for water balloon. But fortunately with the Tornado we were able to skip that, but now that we have the HSJ we can just straight up skip that room entirely.
It's so cool. And nice. Now we're getting one more Waddle D right here. This is a very risky one to get, but I'm confident. Where we have to not fall into the lava as Cone Kirby. Now, you can see that there's a lot of enemies, and also the Tortilla in the background spinning just a bunch of big lava blocks to this. And also this section right here where the pillars are falling over. But thankfully we're good, and we got the very last Waddle D right there, no problem. Heck yes. Very nice there.
Looking good, even with the messed up HSJ, it's still a good time.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So the end of this run for the most part now is going to be just a big boss rush. Because now we unlock the boss of World 6, and afterwards we're going to do something a little spoilery. Something I recommend that if anyone in the chat has not actually seen this game before and wants to play it, I recommend tuning out for it. But up to you. It's been months since the game came out. You might have heard of it, at least at this point. But at the end of this game gets very wild, like very fast. It's really heckin' cool. So, up to you. Do what you gotta do. But, yeah. For now, though, we're gonna fight a cool little boss. One you might have seen before. I'm guessing you use Ice for it once again, which is very nice. Shout out to Ice. We used that back in Goromondo in World 1, but it's making a reappearance right now. We got a little sizzle it first. I'm just gonna go over here and just say hi. Yeah, as you can see right there, we're gonna fight King Dedede again. But he's a little out of my control by his mask he's wearing currently. We're gonna say the same ice technique, just freeze him really fast and just keep on hurting him like this. Yeah, it's messed up a little bit there though, so this might be a little off. There we go, we're good. Okay, cool. Again, unfreeze, and then first phase is done. And now, banger alerts. Love this song. But I'm gonna use my attack boost now. Yeah, we don't hear it for too long at least, but I'm gonna use my attack boost now and hopefully keep this for the very rest of the game. Yeah, we're gonna freeze him here while he's running around, and then once he gets fully frozen and stops, we're gonna do the ice technique once again. If all goes correctly here, that went perfectly actually. That went perfectly. Look at that. Bam, he's done.
Yeah, that's a beautiful pattern right there. Sometimes if you have DDD hide around a corner, he just loves to just circle around you very fast and get stuck on the wall. Otherwise, he would just run away from you. But that was a beautiful pattern.
That was very good. Weirdly enough, though, no blueprint after that fight. You'd think there would be, because there's one after everyone except for Goromondo, but it's what it is. Yeah, very, very nice. And now it's time for a very tricky skip. So, you want to explain this one while I go for it?
Yep, so this is gonna be, spoilers, the name of the boss, Leongar Skip. So, as you've seen already with the HSJs, we are going to be doing a maximum height hammer jump. This is probably the most technically demanding one, because not only do you have to do the HSJ perfectly, Leongar has a tendency to make the game a little bit laggy, so timing is a little bit off. But with that, if he's able to execute it, there's actually out-of-bounds ceiling tiles that you can go through, and we'll see if this camera gets wonky.
Did I get it? No, I didn't. That was not my sight. That's fine. We'll just respawn there and try again. So this becomes really tricky now all of a sudden. I'm gonna get her right here as well. That's fine. I'm right here where I need to be. I go for a pause buffer here too. Never at second try, which I didn't get there. I was a little late in the frame. So this might kill PV pace, and that's totally fine. I think that's third try.
Cool.
Yeah, it's good. We got it. Okay, so I actually got the slower set for it in the end. The set I was going for has us going directly in front of where we need to be. So in this case, we're going actually below it and then over to the right. And as you can see, the camera's all wonky right here. There's stuff going on.
Yep, and so out of bounds here, we're going to be able to get
Leon's
to
here.
the second spawning area. And Leongar likes to follow you through the roof somehow. And we managed to get the trigger to load into the second boss. And so we just skipped the whole entire cutscene and Leongar as well.
And I like the movie Akira. I love it. This boss reminds me of just like the end of the movie. Like, Tetsuo, Kaneda, and all that. Super good. And bam. With our attack boost, that fight becomes not too bad, really. But in the end, I did kill PB Pace, though, so rest in peace. This will still be a good run. I never expected PB in a marathon in the first place. It's all about showcasing the game and all that, so the fact that this was close is really cool. Shouts to that. But yeah, for his final boss fight up here, we're actually going to use ice for it. Now what happened with that last boss fight, by the way, is that Elfalin turns out is the second half of another huge creature, a very powerful creature named Elfalis. And Elfalis broke free from the cage there, and that's what we fought a second ago. It was just that big amalgamation there of just a bunch of enemies throughout the game, and the whole beast pack too. That's what that was. And now Elfalis is full form, fully formed with Elfalin, and becomes Factal Elfalis in the end. And the way we defeat Factal Elfalis is we freeze them. We just freeze them in place like this. Now, because I was a little bit slow on Leon Skip, we're actually not going to be able to get the full effect of the fight here. Not to be the fastest fight in the world in the end because of it. But that being said, I got great luck right there. Just kind of stood still, and the first phase is done right there. It's perfect.
Beautiful, yeah.
And unfortunately now, because we're actually going to... our attack is going to run out before we're going to hurt him again. So this is scripted here with the meteors, and then he's going to do a scripted attack right afterwards, where he's going to come towards us with his spear. And look at this one. Huge attack here. You gotta go all the way over here on the railings in order to avoid this one. Yeah, scripted attack here. That boost is about to run out right now, unfortunately. And we're gonna do the same thing again to freeze him. If I had the attack boost still, I could, in theory, destroy him right here before he does a healing attack. We're gonna see the healing attack in the end. My PB actually got that skip as well too. That's the wild part. It was the first time I ever got that, like, ever.
Cool little thing right here. Boss will split into 3 here, and you just follow the shadow just to see which one is the real one. Otherwise, you're just going to be hitting empty clones.
Should be dead right here.
Yep.
Thankfully, at the very least, oh no, he isn't. Never mind. I'll come right here. It's no problem. Only a few hits away. Okay, die to ice, please. There we go. But yeah, still a nice fight in the end. I'm gonna mash the crap out of my controller here to spin the stick as fast as I can. Right
Toward the end, and we're gonna have the most broken mouthful mode in the game.
The most busted one. It destroys a god. That's how good it is. So, this is Truck Kirby. This is Big Rig Kirby, if you will. Yeah. Hype end of the run right here. We're gonna use this Big Rig here to destroy his god that can distort dimensions. It's awesome. Yeah, this section's really just not much to optimize here other than just not hitting as many things. And just holding the whole time like I'm doing here to get a little boost. That's really about it. Nothing more than that. Yeah, this guy's trying to hit his little things here. This game doesn't hit lag whenever you hit something. There are also meteors and stuff that come in direct contact with us a lot of the time that you can't really avoid too easily. There's also that to worry about. I can avoid that one, I'm not really sure. I can avoid like 2... No, I avoid 3 of the rocks here actually. I avoid all of them? Hold on. I'm just...
Oh?
That was good, okay. I never get that, that was awesome. Saving those frames, let's go. But yeah, time will be at the very end of this whole section here. Then afterwards I'll show off the HAL rooms, they're very cool. We got some matching we gotta do here first, and I match pretty fast. Bam. Now, you don't actually have to time the A press right here. I just kind of like tap it over and over, and it'll work. The game won't make you fail or anything, thankfully. You just like tap it.
Anime moment time. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, time is very soon. I'll call it out when it happens.
Let's go, Kirby.
Now we gotta do some stick mashing and also some button mashing at the same time here. And there we go. Time is very soon. And wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. And time. Nice. GG's all around. We destroyed this dimension destroying god here. Just for fun. Just typical Tuesday for Kirby. You know it's a Sunday, but don't worry about it. But yeah, it's Kirby and Fire Island's 8%. There's more to the game beyond this, in terms of the actual story itself. There's a whole post-game they can go through as well, which is a whole separate category, but for now we're just doing just regular story mode. I will be showing off this run in SGDQ come up in 2 months from now. That was confirmed yesterday. I am extremely excited about that, to say the least. This game is awesome. I'm really looking forward to that run.
I'm excited for it too. Hope to see some more stuff. Maybe we get some skips in the meantime, but for now...
Now it's pretty good, honestly. I will also be just like updating all my strats and stuff too before then. I'll make sure to show off like literally everything in that run.
I got
so
you,
good.
brother.
Hell yeah, let's go. As you can see there, Elflin kind of like sacrificed himself and Kirby's all sad because of it. Makes sense. But that's not the full story. We'll see the full story later. Or we might see the full story in the future. I am running training currently. I'm going to do like runs of that probably tonight. So if anyone wants to see the full story of the game here, if not seen it already, and also the really cool and fast post game that's after this, then follow my stream. Twitch.tv/mr_Shasta. But for now though, we do have the incentive for the HAL rooms. We got met during the run, so I want to show it off afterwards in this case. So we're gonna do that real quick before we head off.
Great. And I would like to point out we did get another $20 donation from Anonymous. So thank you for that $20.
Thank you very much. I'll go with my 100% foul for this one. I don't have to worry about... Yeah, it doesn't have to be on like the first time we do this. And I'll just use a fire real quick. That's what we'll do. It's usually my practice foul anyway, so all the powers actually downgraded to like tier 1 except for Volcano Fire. Funnily enough. Yeah, so what these hell rooms are in the first place are... first one's in 1-3 here, so they're kind of Easter egg rooms. They're hidden throughout each of the more recent Kirby games. There's some in Triple Deluxe, there's some in Robot, there's also in Turn Dreamline as well too. Really all the modern ones. They're really cool. I know in Turn Dreamline it's actually used in the run, I'm pretty sure. At least as a backup if anything. Because you can get certain, like, you can get wing from it, which is really awesome. And like Wing's really good in Turn Dreamline especially. But this one's actually right at the end of the level. So we're gonna go right through this level once again really fast. It's actually going better than how it went in the initial run so far.
Yeah, you were able to skip that cycle right there.
That was really nice. I'm still getting that even though I don't have to do that. Muscle memory is too strong, it really is.
Speedrunner curse right there.
It's the curse. In older games too? Oh yeah, they are, yeah.
Only Ranger towards them?
There is Ranger, yeah. There's actually one that spawns in, funnily enough, if you know where to go. I'll put the gap right here, no problem. Watch me also get like the really fast cycle in 3-4 as well. The one that I fell in the run initially. That's totally gonna happen
Always
here.
when you don't do the run.
Yeah, exactly. So it's over here. You have to go on top of this tree over here, and there's a little sparkle that appears, and I think Bernard appears over here on the bench when that happens. Oh yeah, here we go. Perfect. I'll get rid of fire and then use this. We'll go back up on the tree real quick and hopefully get fire back in time. Oh wait, no, never mind. I do have to go on the tree itself. I think we'll lose fire, and that's totally fine. We're in like quote-unquote post-game after all. Okay, see this little target up here we gotta destroy? That'll spawn in... Is it here? No, I despawn, that's fine. It'll spawn all these different blocks, and that'll take us all the way up to the top over here.
And a cool fact right here is we have a runner, Tornix, basically pioneering the minimal mouthful jumps for this game, and so this is actually a very important area in order to get a minimum amount of jumps in this game.
I forgot about this. This is the one time sliding is used in the run, like off a building or like other object like that. This is the one room where that's a mechanic. That's wild. Visiting here is just a different song that plays here. It's really cool.
And just know, Wolfie, that you could or could not kill right now.
Ah, rip. Okay, I was trying to do something fun, but no fun allowed, unfortunately. I'll at least try to attempt to just pretend the H there is totally fine. Pretend that the H is like fully formed. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I want to do. I love that. I saw him make a post on Twitter that I just showed that off, and it was just like so good. I had to. But yeah, that's the first towel room. It'll take us back to the beginning after that, no problem. So that's all we need. And now I'm gonna go back to 3. I'm gonna go 3-4 now, and actually, I actually do know that there is a fire right beginning of this level. But we're gonna get tornado anyways after the first room, so it's not really a big deal, I guess. Actually, I guess it doesn't really matter. We can just fire for 6-3 anyways. I'll just keep fire. Bam, look at him. He's just kind of sitting here. Fun is illegal? Well, fun's illegal, lock me up and throw away the key. That's all I'm saying. I missed the cycle. Okay, good. Good thing this isn't in the run currently. Alright, but the Hell Room's in the very next room. There's a secret room we have to go into, and we're gonna do a little thing in there just that will allow us to access the Hell Room, which you'll see what it is. It's kind of a funny one, honestly. There's a whole story behind it with how like there's a whole story behind it in general of why we're gonna do the thing that we do here. Essentially, what we're gonna do is this next section is a Kirby section, but the Kirby section is very short. But if you happen to wait 86 seconds exactly in this section, you unlock the Hell Room. Now, the number 86 is like a reference to what Hell sounds like in Japanese, apparently. Apparently, it sounds like 86 if you say in Japanese, how you say it in Japanese. So that's where that comes from. It's kind of a more recent Easter egg, apparently. So we're just gonna wait here until it says 86. Then we're gonna drive over. So, how y'all doing? Hope you enjoyed the run. It was close to PB. I was actually in the end 50 seconds off, but before Leon skip, I was minus 13 going to there. So that's pretty good. Only lost a lot of time in the end because
PB.
Yeah, it was close.
Yeah.
But yeah, like in the end though, I lost it just, and also I couldn't get like the healing skip on Factor Alphaless because of the fact that I had didn't have the attack boost anymore. That's okay. Overall, really happy with how that went. Hope y'all enjoyed the run. We have about 4 more seconds to kill here, so if you have any donations, now would be a good time for that.
Well, we don't currently, but I would like to point out that all donations go directly to the charity No Kid Hungry, which is a great cause, and you can go to speedgaming.org/NoKidHungry to get links to the donations and the incentives and things like that.
Absolutely. Consider donating, everybody. Consider donating. Where we at currently for the total?
We are at, just shy of $9,000. We're at 8969.5.
Oh, we are close. Let's get it, everybody. And speaking of which, bam, A6. And doing so brings up all this. Bam. And gives us just a lot of stuff for it as well, too. This is not as impressive as the other ones, I feel, but it is worth showing off for sure. Let's get everything here real quick. Oh, I forgot there's a capsule there. Nice. That's another thing that's not really in the run, is that there's capsules in the game. And kind of what 100% boils down to is getting all the capsules in the run, which you get certain ones for doing certain things, like being on the treasure road, which is another thing on the side, and just doing certain objectives, like buying enough stuff from the shop and being all the arenas and all that. It's like it's cool. But we don't worry about the capsules in this run in the end. But yeah, that's the Hell Room for that level. I think the first thing gives you Kirby no matter what, so that would give me Kirby. Yeah. Now we're gonna go to 6-3 real quick. Which this one is like my favorite one. I do love 6-3 Hell Room. So we're gonna go through this level initially the normal way, but we're gonna go to a certain room in this level here, and now we'll start the Hell Room sequence. Or this first room, and we're going to a certain room within this first room. That's the idea. One room they actually visited during the run, but we didn't really get to fully enjoy it, I guess. Once again, I'm getting the coffee here because brain worms. It's fine. Yeah, we actually went to control him initially because it gives a hidden wall D, but in this case, we're here and enjoy it. We're gone. All we gotta do is go inside the control room and then actually go back to the beginning level, and that'll spawn in the Hell Room, or at least another path to get us to the Hell Room. I might die here. I'm being careful. Yeah, good call. I'm gonna get switched right here though, unfortunately. We'll just wait in the cycle. No big deal. And if we go back here, normally you're not supposed to be able to do this in general for like any of these rooms, but yeah, you can just go back to the beginning of the room here after doing that. As you can see now, there's a ladder and different path that spawned in. And that'll take us over to where we need to be. And unfortunately, you can't actually access this like using HSJ to get up here. You do have to go to the control room initially. I did check that. But yeah, this gives us the Hell Room. And as you can see here, it's kind of nothing really happening. different music playing. This is actually the main menu theme of Planet Robots. But if we break apart all these boxes, well, there's an A right there. There's a H over here. Let's get rid of some of the extra ones too, why not? And there's an L right over here. Doing all that, we'll spawn little Vendy. Become Vend Machine Kirby. And now if we break all of the steel blocks now, which only Vend Machine can do, well, that'll give us like all this stuff. They'll reward us in kind. Oh, the Star Allies? Either way. It's from a good game, that's all I know. I got crashed in an accident, that's fine.
Wow, there's actually no animation for it too whenever you're in mouthful mode.
I actually had no idea about that. That's cool. I guess it makes sense.
It's actually my first time seeing this too.
Yeah, it's really cool. Shout out to the Howl Rooms. That's the last one in the entire game though. I'll just show off Crash real quick. Because I want to talk about it earlier while I was doing the 6-2. If you charge it, it'll give you like a more powerful version of it where you just start floating around like this. It's really cool. And then ba-bam! Yeah, that's it. Oh, yeah, also 860 cans. Yeah, reference to just Hallam Japanese once again. And then one more capsule, Furry Troubles, right at the end. We're back in the control room in this level. But that's it. That's all I got for you. That's all the harems in the run. They're pretty neat little side things to do. Neat little Easter eggs. Not anything important to like other categories of the game, except for running the esteemed all capsules run, which is gonna happen at some point. Looking forward to when Tippy does that, but yeah. Anyways, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for enjoying Kirby and enjoying the marathon. Hope you consider doing more and just watching the rest of the runs. And for now, I hope you all have a good one. If you want to, also if you want to follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/mr_Shasta. I'm running this in HDQ, along with WarioWare Touch, which I never expected to get in, but it got in, and I'm so excited about that one as well. But yeah, hope you all have a good one. Thank y'all for watching. Bye, everybody.
All right, thanks everybody. Stay tuned. We got more speedruns coming up next.